Hello, Leo, and welcome back to your extended reading. So, when I was talking about how the one that is like blocking the clarity of your vision, um, I was kind of like referring to it like maybe perhaps they're present, they might not be presently in your life, or perhaps they are. I mean, of course, every Leo in this reading is different. So, see how it fits into your uh, story, if you will. But it actually kind of looks like in the second row of cards, what's being revealed is that it's 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 a memory. It's like a review of perhaps maybe like a past relationship or something like that, because you're showing up here as the moon card. And I often see this moon as someone who is, it's like they're in a daydream. It's, oh my God, it's so amazing. It's that hypnotic experience I was talking about where this person, it's coming through as a person. Of course, it could be different for all of you. It could be a situation, it could be something. But, anyways, it's referring to this person, it's coming through as like a former lover, is whatever it's doing. That's the thing. They're not doing, okay. Let me just go step by step. They're not necessarily doing anything, but your interaction with them in this kind of like a review, because we have this, I'm starting in the center of your reading. We have this Seven of Pentacles that's coming in, so it's behind you. It's something that has happened formally in the past. You're reviewing it as a memory, and it's that memory, the review of it, the trying to perhaps maybe figure out what happened. Why did it not come into fruition? Why did the harvest, why whatever happened was not successful? It's like that part of it. That's what I'm saying. It might not necessarily be that person, but the idea of it is what's holding you still. And of course, we started off your reading. The beginning of your reading is you focusing on the lovers. So your reading in the first half and now also in the second half is beginning with both of the lovers. So this is something that is it's on the forefront of your mind. It's something that you think about this. You think about this day and night. This is like the day version of the lovers, and this is the night version. You can see how both of them are presented in two different like time periods. So this is what's on the forefront of your mind. You think about it day and night. You are constantly in a review of how this situation, whatever this lover's was, whatever perhaps maybe this previous lover, it's like you're constantly thinking about it's very interesting actually, because you're not focused on, okay, this is going to get a little, whatever. We're here for enlightenment. Um, you're actually not focused on the part that you played in that relationship. What you're focused on is how they could have done better. How they could have done better, how they could have with the Seven of Pentacles, it's talking about adjustment to whatever they were doing. It's like they could have done better. So this moon energy, it's not self-focused. It's focused on what the one that is dropping in, what this one could have, how they could have operated in a way that would have suited you better. Which of course has a lot of, it's got a lot of, it's very, it's got a lot of weight to it, you know. I mean, just, I'm making that correlation because, you know, this one, the one that is dropping in, the one that is hanging around, is the one here that's in the Seven of Pentacles. So instead of the focus being perhaps, and I think that this focus of yours is actually what's preventing you from seeing something clearly, right? So I guess we're just going to dive right into it, right? I mean, the whole purpose of this is to, especially with the temperance energy. Temperance talks about it's the reestablishment of balance. It's like the maintenance. You have lost sight of your own maintenance because what is in the forefront of your mind is whatever situation happened before, and not how you yourself like played a part in it, but how they could have done something differently. And you know what's interesting is that your backs are now to each other. But for you, it's like you're experiencing it as something that is like interacting with you, like face to face. So that's why this makes me think that it's like this is someone that you were previously involved in. You know, your backs are now face to face, but the way that your backs are together, but the way that you're experiencing it is something that you're that's interesting. You're actively interacting with it, which is very, which is kind of, you perceive yourself as acting with it, like interacting with it actively. Like you might be, and that can come through as like reenacting conversation, like reenacting a conversation, and kind of seeing how like things could have done better. Perhaps maybe if you had said something differently, or if they had said something. It's like you're reenacting the experience. And but the part that you're focusing on is, well, it's draining your color. Okay, so in the Libra reading, you know, because of course all of these readings are threaded. There's a thread that exists between all of these readings, and in the Libra reading, it was talking about how um, by asking kind of like the right question is what animates the answer to come to you. And that's what this confirmation is. It's like you haven't yet gotten to a place where you're asking the right questions. And you know, we can go into like there's no right or wrong questions and all this stuff. But if you're not focused in a way that would bring you clarity, your vision is going to be like, you're going to have gunk on your vision. Your vision's not going to be clear. And so if you're seeking clarity about the situation, you have to focus in a way that is, you know what? I'm just going to say it how it is. That's like not blaming someone else for whatever happened. Because that focus is what's keeping the confirmation. This is so lovely. It's what's keeping the confirmation from reaching you. It's like it's not because you're not animated, the confirmation or the answer, the solution, whatever that may be, the synchronicity is not animating for you either, because it's like how you are internally, especially with the moon. You know, we were talking about that as well with that queen of cups here. Your internal waters is what is reflecting on the physical surface of what you're experiencing. It's like, I mean, it's like a matrix. It's like what you're experiencing on the inside is what's going to be reflected back at you. And if your focus is actually in a way that's not seeking a solution, you're not going to get the answer. And that's what this is. It's like this focus for you is is actually not seeking a solution. You're wanting to have a solution, you're wanting to find a solution, but everything in your mind, in your emotions, it's less coming through as your mind and more coming through as like your emotional body. Everything in your emotional body is focused on what someone else did or what they didn't do actually, or what they could be doing better, or how they could be acting better to best suit your emotional body. I mean, it's like you know, on this channel, sometimes we look, you're going to get the truth, and sometimes the truth isn't pretty, and a lot of this here is it's coming through with an idea of like making yourself the victim. And by doing that, by having that focus, by thinking, you know, all of the things are like against you, that's what that's what is preventing you from reaching this enlightenment. So it's like this person here, it could be anybody. You can actually change, you know, I'm actually thinking about Spider-Man, even though I've never seen the movies. And he's wearing a mask, right? He's wearing a full bodied suit. So you never actually know who is inside of that suit. It could be anybody inside that suit. So what that's referring to is that this is not something that you've done with just one person. This is something that you've done with, I mean, it could be a myriad of many different people throughout your life. And it's referring to is like when that's why it keeps coming up. That's why it's going to keep coming up for you, because it's like you're applying that suit to anyone who has ever, I guess, like anyone who has ever um like done something that you don't necessarily agree with. So you're playing a victim role. And it's like, and because of that, you require someone to kind of drop in and save you. And then that person then turns into the villain. You become a victim, and then the next one comes in to save you. Do you see? I hope that you can see the cycle that's happening here. I think you can. There's something you're like you're wanting you, and that's what I know I'm being really hard right now, and like and delivering a message. It's like a tough love message, but you are, what I will say is that you are shifting in a way that is wanting to find a solution to this, wanting to find out how you can clear up your vision and see your true strength reflected back at you. There is a desire there. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming up here. So it's like I can see that there's someone in your vicinity. It's coming through as this temperance energy. That could be, it could easily be an, if you communicate with angels, it could easily be an angel. It could easily be a person, you know, maybe somebody that is like is a Sagittarius energy. It could be, you know, your communication with spirit. It's like there's someone in your vicinity that is helping to clear your vision so that you can see this like um this like pattern of like victimization. And it's like I do feel that you're coming out of it because you're starting off you're starting off the process by looking at the artist. And this artist is actually showing up as it's actually showing up as like as the one right now that is wearing the Spider-Man suit. Essentially, they're the ones that's inside of that suit for you. And as you kind of, you know, analyze all of it, all of their actions, you are in a sense like stripping away the the mat. It's like you're applying a mask to them. That's so fascinating. It's like you're applying a mask to this person, and as you continue to look at it, it's like as you're moving, as you're shifting out of that, that's what it is, as you're shifting out of that perception. It's not a perspective, it's a perception. You are, it's like you're removing the mask that you're applying to that person, and you're starting to see them as, well, for like who they truly are. They're naked, so it's got a lot of vulnerability to it. It's got a lot of well, it's their true nature. You're able to see their true nature. And as this vision, if you will, starts to open up, it's like you are, because now you're kind of able to see their true nature, you're also able to put yourself in their position. It's kind of like putting yourself in someone else's shoes in a sense. You're able to put yourself in their position. And when you do so, it's like you can see what they're seeing. You can see the tree energy. So you can see the connection. Oh, this is beautiful. I love this. I love this look, this dynamic that they're sharing with each other. You can see the connection, and you can also kind of see the orchestration of how this is all playing out for you. Um, it's really referring to your being able to see the true nature of this person, the situation, the cycle that you find yourself in, all of it as kind of like it's divine. You're able to now see their divine true nature, which is this temperance energy. It's like this angelic angelic, and with the nakedness that's coming with it, it's like you're able to see the purity of it. That's interesting. It does seem though that this temperance energy is what's facilitating the clarity of your vision. So you might be like, it's kind of like, I'm just thinking about my own, like the people in my life that this would apply to, but it's kind of like having a conversation with your best friend. It's very interesting because I actually have a couple of people in my life where one of them is a Leo and one of them is a Sagittarius, and they're best friends. That dynamic has actually that's very interesting. It's presenting multiple times in my own life. So, but you might be finding that you're talking to someone else, kind of like rehashing something, and it's like they're going to help to clear your vision. And I'm seeing that presented here. This is so fascinating when it all came out. It's like you're starting off with this duller version of what you are able to see. And with their assistance and their ability to be able to cleanse, to wash away all of the debris, all of the funk, the stuff that is not serving your vision to its highest good and its highest potential. It's like you're not seeing the 6 of Wands, right? They're helping to facilitate the cleansing process. And as they do, you are returning into a vision that has more depth. It has more depth. It's got contrast. It has the saturation of your vision is increasing. Now, when we talk about contrast, like the light and shadow playing off of each other, um, that's how you can get your depth of vision. If there is no contrast, then your depth of vision is less. Like you can't see further or you can't see more clearly. So a part of this has to do with there's always going to be a light and a shadow aspect of, here we go, of every type of relationship that you find yourself in. There's going to be a light and there's going to be shadow. But as you can see in both of these lovers cards, that connection is still there. Despite having light and shadow, the light and shadow doesn't mean that the connection isn't something that is like meant to be, essentially. It's like they were brought together, right? So, and I'm saying I'm referring to the Temperance card because as you move forward, you're looking at the connection, which is this tree, right? Which is what the Temperance is. The Temperance energy is showing you this. It's kind of coming through with a message of you're gonna have some good times and you're gonna have some bad times. It's as every famous Sagittarius says, it is what it is. And you can either accept it as something that you need to move through and build upon and grow and come out, right, of this like stagnant energy and find the enlightenment or the solution to the situation, or you can kind of just like stay where you are. It's at the end of the day, Leo, it really is your choice. But just know that if you continue along that path of like victimization, this aspect, this like, I need saving. I need saving. Oh no, you're actually a villain. I need saving. That's going to keep happening. It's not going to go away because the part of your learning process is learning the part that you played in the situation. Wow. That was really good. Leo, I love you dearly. And I hope that this message didn't hurt too bad. I really don't like delivering these tough love messages, but you know what? I do it for the collective and I do it for everyone's highest good. And of course, if you were to hear me doing all the prayers over the cards before I do the reading, you would see that all of this is for the highest good. All of it. And so, therefore, I deliver the message. All right, Leo, I love you. Bye.